I'm Miss Tanya.
I'm Miss Megan.
And I'm Mr. Aaron. Today we'll be doing a codification video for TEDV 411.
Hi, I'm Mr. Lord, and today we'll be discussing the benefits of teaching with technology. The objectives we'll be covering in this discussion will be effectively add and subtract mixed fractions, and define the vocabulary words associated with the addition and subtraction of mixed numbers.
Technology can be very useful in the classroom. Some ways are that technology makes learning fun, it prepares our students for the future in a digital sense, and helps students learn at their own pace. A quote stated in our textbook by Rob Lear states, "Technology education is an important function of school learning to prepare students for the world of work in which they may use technology, and that vocational training can be a practical means of teaching all content areas such as math, science, and language."
The many different ways to use technology for math lessons in a classroom include interactive whiteboards, Excel spreadsheets, tablets, as well as video. Dr. Arnold states, "When created effectively, video still remains as one of the most effective means of learning with technology."
In the article Graphic and Interface Design Principles, Richard Mayer discusses two pieces of empirical evidence: the retention effect, which is how well students remember information, and the transfer effect, how well students can transfer what they have learned from one problem to another. To see these effects, we can have students work on a website such as iexcel.com. In this example, the student sees the problem 13 5/7 minus 7 1/7. The correct answer, we know, is 6 4/7, but let's see what happens when we type in the wrong answer. So we'll type in 9 5/6. As you can see, the answer is showing incorrect, but there is also a prompt as to how to do the problem correctly. If the student is able to successfully transfer the knowledge learned and retain it, we can see it in the next problem. So here we have the following problem, which is 6 3/5 minus 1 1/5. So 6 minus 1 is 5, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So our answer is going to be 5 2/5. And it shows the answer correct, and obviously moves on to the next problem.
Interactive whiteboards can be an effective interactive tool in the classroom that can affect learning in a positive way by raising student engagement levels, motivating student learning, and ultimately have a positive effect on student outcomes. In this video, a 4th grade teacher is using her interactive whiteboard to have her students identify or classify fractions.
As you can see, all she has to do is come up and touch it, and she can move things around. All right, Cortez, can you come do 2 for me, please? This really helps keep the students engaged because they love the idea of coming up and being the smartboard person.
Interactive whiteboards can be a very effective resource for teaching mathematics. As stated in the video, Early Childhood Use of Smartboards, interactive whiteboards engage students into the learning process. Here's an example of how a teacher can incorporate a math problem using an interactive whiteboard. So here I have 6 3/5 plus 2 1/5. To start this problem, you will look at the base numbers, in this case 6 and 2, and you'll add those together for a total of 8. And because the denominators are the same, that's going to stay the same in your answer. And for the numerator, you're going to add straight across, so 3 plus 1, which is 4. And you arrive at your answer of 8 4/5.
An Excel spreadsheet can be an effective tool in teaching mathematics and language arts. As stated in Spreadsheet Magic, the use of templates enables students as young as kindergarten to effectively use the spreadsheet tool. This spreadsheet contains 4 questions and 2 examples of questions answered.
An advantage to using Excel spreadsheets is the ability to lock certain cells to prevent them from being changed. This sheet has 4 cells marked in yellow that will allow changes to be made. When the contents of these cells is changed, they will change color, allowing you to check your response in real time. For example, in converting 3 1/8 to an improper fraction, you would multiply the integer times the denominator and add the numerator to the result. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25. As the result is correct, the box changes green. indicating, of course, the correct response. Now, while we know the denominator is 8, we would put in, if we put in an incorrect answer, let's say of 10, the box will turn red, indicating an incorrect response. Once you see the box is red, indicating that incorrect response, you can go back and change it to get the correct answer, which will turn the box green.
Technology can be effective in areas other than math as well. As education advances, it becomes less reliant on paper text and more on technology. Poetry, historical literature, and many fiction and nonfiction materials can now be easily found online. Collaboration between teachers and technology is a must. As stated by Rob Lyer, blending technology with face-to-face teacher time generally produces better outcomes than face-to-face or online learning alone.
Also stated by Rob Lyer, integrating technology into the classroom can support students' learning by making their work more efficient and productive by providing access to sources and ways of learning that they would not otherwise have. A program such as a word processor generally gives the students access to spell check, enabling them to focus more on content and also allows them to cut down on editing time. Programs such as PowerPoint can be used to create activities and assessments and allow a change from standard language arts lessons. From the article, Lights, Camera, Learning, in language arts, digital media has become a new mode of communication to be analyzed as well as used in learning. This animation comes from a portion of an interactive PowerPoint that shows part of an assessment. The students would read the question and then respond with correct number or correct answer by clicking on the appropriate space. If the student should click on the incorrect answer, there is generally a sound or action that indicates so. For example, if the student should click on the denominator as the matching word for the part of the fraction that is above the line and signifies the number to be divided by the denominator, the student will see the word crossed out, indicating an incorrect response. Once the correct response is clicked, the student will see a check mark appear, indicating that the response is correct. Dr. Arnold states that PowerPoint has the unique ability to be used in a number of other ways, including assessments, tutorials, student-created projects, etc.
In conclusion, technology can be a powerful tool for increasing understanding, student motivation, and is an alternative to traditional teaching methods in language arts and math.
In the video, Khan Academy, Solomon states that we encourage our students to experiment with interactive resources.
As stated by Rob Lyer, and as we've shown throughout this video, technology has provided a variety of teaching and learning strategies to help address standards applied in mathematics and language arts.
As we progress deeper into the 21st century, more and more technology becomes available. As future teachers, it is important that we adapt to the ever-changing student.